everybody, and welcome to Big Pharma with me, Thomas Merrick. This game has actually been around for a couple years now. As even has an expansion called Marketing and Malpractice, which I have. And the basic premise of this game is you're creating drugs to sell, or either to cure people or to just make lots of money, depending on the scenario. And there's various scenarios. Actually, part of what I like about this game is it's actually really easy to come and sit down and play through a game like before work, for example, or and it's challenging. There's various levels of challenge. Apparently, there's mod support as well, but I've not looked, but I don't know where the mods are, and there is no like Steam Workshop support, so who knows. Let's go ahead and get into a new game here. And you'll see I've actually got some of these done. Some of these I've had done before, but I guess at some point, probably when I reinstalled the game on my new computer, like it reset all my progress. I've been slowly going through and getting new progress. And you'll see like there's different lines. You have the green, the blue, and the pink line. That's the basic, expert, and mastery level completion. Like each of these scenarios has, except for the tutorial, each of these scenarios have a for example, here you see the objective here: attain a daily profit of 800 with a minimum cure rating of B. The expert and mastery level is basically, I forget what it is specifically for this one. Well, let's do the money one. Like this one, it's like 2.5. So the expert would be something like 5 million. Then the mastery, I'd have to get 7 million by 11 years, for example, which I apparently didn't do on that one. But I want to go ahead and go into the full unlock one because that'll actually let me show you a little bit more of what's available. I'm going to do this big spender one. It's relatively easier. First, you have your character. Most of this doesn't really matter. Like you have your guy there. There's several different pictures. It doesn't matter. But I just tend to like the scientist-looking guy. My company name I always call it AccuDrug. And you have the different perks. The perks I've went with is mixologist, where the mixing centrifuge takes only process one. Normally it takes two, it takes one, which we'll see here when we actually get into the game. And then ingredients start at 50% discount, which is really big. To me, that's a really big deal because ingredients, you're always buying ingredients every single time every process you're buying one ingredient. So if you're getting a 50% discount, you're making some money that way. And you can even like further upgrade it. Like if you normally, like in a normal game, you would be able to get it to a 50% discount. And that when you have this perk, you can actually get it to a 100% discount, where it's just free, which is really nice. Now, there's several kinds, and a lot of these you have to unlock. For example, rigorous trialer. If you put things through 25 trials through any number of games, you'll be able to do this instead. Or actually have this instead of a different perk. But and like there's several ones. Like I think these up here are the ones that start out unlocked, and then the rest of these unlock over time. I've not done everything like this. I don't even know how to get a product banned. It doesn't seem like something I'd want to do. Oops. Hopefully that works. Let's go ahead and get into the game. And immediately pause. Take a look at our factory layout. Now, these are areas I can buy. I have the dotted line shows you where, so I can't buy anything here until I actually buy this one, and then I'd be able to go down here to buy. Actually, not too bad of a layout. This looks like a nice big open areas. The ones that like snake around are the ones that are really kind of irritating, because as you're going to find, you'll see is placement and actually creating the networks is a lot harder than it really should be, honestly. That's part of the game. Let's go into research, and normally you only start out with these 5. But this particular scenario set, you start out with almost everything unlocked, except for down here there's a few things. So I'm going to go ahead and hire a couple of scientists and start working on plan permissions. That'll let me buy additional areas at a discount, and I'll also get this advanced construction technologies after that, which lets me buy the actual items for a discount. And over here in the ingredients, and here you see where you have to discount the 50% discount. So normally like this would cost, what, 36? Yay me. Now the goal here is to get 5 products that are worth 500. Let's go actually look at cures first. And you'll see the price point for each of these products, which up to a point. Now these green ones, these are like the base level ones. Then the blue, second level, and there's up to the fifth level. And each upgrade, generally speaking, is harder to do than the next. Like these here aren't too bad. Although in a base game you would not be able to do these right off the bat. But you also see like there's so much demand. For example, the wars. There is 3.9 people a day want one of these. So if you really mass produce one above this number, you're not going to sell them, so there's no point. Whereas like the soothing cold system, there's 6.9. Now one other thing about like this number here, it's dynamic. So if you actually create a really good drug that actually cures people, this demand is going to go down. So there's two strategies. You can like make one drug that's really good, that sells really well. People will buy it. They're really happy to buy it because it works. But you won't be able to sell as many. Or you could just try to flood the market with stuff that it kind of works, but doesn't really. That's the malpractice part of it. You can really try to screw people over that way, or you can try to cure them. Generally, I don't try to play that game very strongly one way or the other. I just try to make cool stuff. These are all of the types of. Well, there's certain categories which will come into play a lot of times with the boosters, like blood. There's one specific to the blood. If you put the booster in the blood, ones that creates as the sale value. But they all have basically a theme, like you have sexual health, remove warts, female contraceptive. I think it's male enhancement, male contraceptive. I can't remember for sure. We'll get to them. What we need to find is like stuff that actually would be worth 500, and we need to do how many? 5. So here you see the standard, expert, master. 5 for standard. If we do 10 of them before this date, we'll get expert, then 15 master. But the first thing we're going to need to do, we need to actually get a baseline income. So which of these do I like? Let's go back to ingredients. It's easier to see. Kind of like this cold system, so I can get rid of this. Actually, I can do it with both. Actually, let's go with removing warts first. This is going to be a really simple process, and what I need to do is I need to take this concentration down to this active range, so the green area here. Now this red area, the red ones are side effects, so you kind of want to avoid those. So sometimes you can't help it, they'll just overlap. And this would cause dry mouth, which hurts sales. Even if you have like a really good one, it hurts sales because it's also causing that side effect. There's ways to get rid of it, some more complicated than others. This one you can't even remove it unless I just overrode it, which you can do. But everything is based on this concentration level. Now these also have like a max strength, which I can use an analyzer to find out what that max strength is. But normally it's hidden, and if you hit it, it's a really good cure, and so it works really well, and that's what will cure people and like reduce the the desire. And the side effects also have a strong point, where if you hit that strong point, like if you, for example, let's say there was overlap right here, and I had to get to here. If the strong point was here, that means the side effect doesn't happen very often. Whereas if I'm like right dead center on the strong point, it's almost, you have the side effect more often than the cure sometimes, and you can see it in the numbers. But let's go ahead and get started here. What I need to do, here, there's several ways you can change that concentration number. And the basic ones, this one like changes it by 1 up or down by 3, halves, doubles. That's the basic ones. And then the advanced ones do like random stuff like that. Like if the concentration is between 1 and 10, it increases it by 10. If the concentration is 11 or 20, it reduces it by 10, which is kind of a cool thing, but let's just go with this. I need to go through 2 dissolvers. That will reduce that by 2, 1 each. And then after that, I need to get a pill printer going. Pill printer, which is the basic thing. There's other things we could do, but right now we're just trying to get a cheap initial line going. Let's go ahead and get started here. and you can kind of follow it. Like here we have the, well, the name's made up, but you'll see that reduces it by 1, turns it into sap. And here you'll see it actually goes down into the green, which activates that particular thing. So this will now start removing warts, although how well, it's hard to say without throwing it through an analyzer, which I'm not going to bother doing because I don't really, it doesn't really matter.
You have released a new product.
The only time that really matters is if the scenario is calling for it, basically. Let's go ahead and get the other ingredient going. Oh, speaking of ingredients, I need to actually hire one of these guys to get started on one of these. Digestion, relaxants. Here's a booster with a catalyst. This catalyst is useful or needed when you're trying to upgrade, which I'm going to actually try to upgrade now, I think. I'm going to get back into the cures. I want to see where... You know what? I think... it would be way down there. Let's go ahead and do one of these antibiotics as well, because I think I'll be able to do that pretty cheap. So I'm going to need this. Yeah. Now here I need to get the concentration down to 8, which is pretty easy. I just need to throw it through an ionizer once. That'll reduce it by 3. And now you'll see a little check mark here by that requirements for the upgrade. So now that I meet that concentration requirement, I just need to throw it through an agglomerator. I don't know, whatever that is, and that will change it into the new cure. The antibiotic. Now, it's going to inflame the skin no matter what we do. Now here you see the extra catalyst. Like if I threw it through a cyclonic condenser, it won't actually change because I need to add the catalyst, that 3 blue dot catalyst to it, which I don't even have access to right now. So I can't do that even if I wanted to.
A competitor has released a new
What we
product.
are going to do is I'm going to throw it through one evaporator. And you're going to notice it's going to have this inflaming the skin. So it's going to be an antibiotic that inflames the skin. It's hard telling which one's going to be better. What I'm going to do is actually throw it through, instead of a pill maker, we're going to put it through a creamer. And what the cream does, it turns it into a cream instead of a pill, but it reduces the negative side effects of side effects.
You have released a new product.
Okay. And you'll notice this would normally be bright red. When you have it as when you have the creamer, it's kind of a darker red to show you that it is a diminished problem. But here you can see we've administered seven of these, and only one person's been cured and one person's got developed a rash. Here, 78
Research complete.
administered in 30 wards. So these aren't anywhere near the actual happy zones. Okay. Still, I think that will make us some money. Hopefully get us in the green. Yeah. The antibiotic actually sells really well. That wart stuff doesn't. Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. I wish it showed you the process cost here. I guess I could just subtract it. But, anywho, let's go. Oh, I guess I can do. I have like salespeople. So let's go ahead and throw sales reps. You can do some various things here, which we'll see as we progress. But for now,
New ingredient discovered.
Hyperallergenic. So if I add this on to the cream, it actually gets a sale bonus. That might not. That might be worth it. Nah, probably not. But we do have this catalyst, which isn't too big of a deal right now, unfortunately. Let's get some relaxants. Relax. Delving into the ASMR again, are we? All right, let's get out of that. And, let's see what we need to see. Part of the cures is I don't know what's past this or how to get it until I actually reach the previous one. So once I make a female contraceptive, I'll be able to see the rest of this. So I need to actually make the initial one, which does what? I need to get it down to 15. That's an ionizer. Then I throw it through another ionizer. Okay, here again I need the that new catalyst. Which I can't do right now. So let's just go ahead and I guess throw it through, and you get down to 6, just through 2 more ionizers and we'll be good. And I'll change this up later. We are going to have a side effect, and we'll go ahead and use a creamer again.
You have released a new product.
Really, we're kind of on a little bit of a waiting game until some of these ingredients come through. You know what, let's just go ahead and cheat a little bit. Get some more. Let me find this. Here we go. Wow, it had all kinds of catalysts in it. What is this? Body response? So I just need those catalysts or something new. Let's look at the prices here. The erectile dysfunction, that would actually be worth doing. Now, this one we wouldn't so much. Anti-malarial, it's only 342. We don't need that, but this one here we definitely need. Oh, is there anything else cheap I want? That's not cheap. All right, well, what I'm going to do now is just going to let my scientists like generate these points. And what these points do is I can actually like upgrade these. Various things do different things. Our various technologies do something different when you upgrade them. A lot of them just like make it cheaper. But like for example, this drug packer makes it more efficient. Well, that's actually debatable whether that makes it more efficient. I'm not using them in this scenario. They're nice for some scenarios where you have to just mass produce a certain item. Yeah, they're kind of nice even for like when you're just short on these spaces here, these import-export spaces. We're in slow motion again. Let's not do that. I need my cures. New cures. New cures. How is the new drug doing?
A competitor has released a new product.
D rating.
New ingredient discovered.
I guess that's one of those things you want it to work if you're going to use it. Okay, an antihistamine. Alleviates insomnia. Okay, I can use that. I know how I'm going to use that. So I can get this digestion one going. What would you make? Acid reflux. Give me this one. Or actually, I don't have a space for it, do I? Yeah. Use this one. Alright, what I want to do is I want to get this down to 4. Well, let's do this first. Let's get it through one ionizer and one dissolver. Then see where we are. What I was going to go doing is like take it down to 4. Because then I'd be able to actually go through the dissolver once and actually get rid of both of the, or well, upgrade it and also get rid of this side effect. But there's no easy way to do that. Okay, what do I need to do up here? Again, I need the blue stuff. Is it worth going through twice just to get rid of that? Let's look at our cures. Anxiety would be really nice to do. I just made all those processes cheaper is what I was doing there. I'm sorry I didn't show you that. I just kind of knew I was going to do it. There is no easy way to like just make an antihistamine. How much is that worth? 121. Not hurting too bad for money now, but it's easy to lose track of that. Eventually it'll just start taking off. You won't have to worry about money, especially when you start getting into like the tier 3 and tier 4 cures. But until then, I'm going to wait till the blue stuff's done. Generate some money, I guess, while we wait. Okay, blue stuff. This also treats diabetes. How do I want to do this? This might be an instance where I want to use a drug packer. Alright, we're doing some mixing. And I need the blue down here. Okay, I can make this a dual drug. Okay, I want this to be the active one.
New ingredient discovered.
Multi-mixer. Here's where the multi-mixer comes in really handy with the process time of 1. I only need one of these things. It's really handy because the way the inputs go and the output, there's really almost no way to do 2. Like you'll see me do with some of the other processes. Here's the acid reflux. Why is it not showing me? Oh, there we go. I'll look at that in a minute. And I did this wrong. I need this to be the base. That way I've got the insomnia and this. Maybe that. First, I need to get this up to what? 11? Which is
New world event.
agglomerators. And I've got all kinds of space over here. I'm going to use it. could make that into hyperthyroid. Is it be worth it? Probably not,
A
because this by
competitor
itself
has released a new
is going to be
product.
what we need. So what is this? Cryogenic condensers? Now, this is one with process time of 2. Now what I'll do is like this. Where this process time of 1 can fit into the process times of 2, and I can still actually keep the same rates going. Can I get rid of that? Sort of. Okay, that's making it hard to read. This is the highest it can go. So if I get this down to, let's say 4, and then actually throw it through a dissolver, I'd actually be able to get rid of this as well. I'm actually very curious as to where the hot points are on that. I want to go ahead and find out. Here's the analyzer, and what we're going to do is, while that's doing its thing, I had an idea for what I wanted to do over here for this acid reflux. Okay, first of all, I need to take it down twice to go through an evaporator. So let's go through 2 dissolvers. Then an evaporator. We'll get rid of the fatigue.
Analysis
Alright,
complete.
we're going to cut it in half. Yeah, as it feeds in here, eventually it'll tell me everything I need to know about all the different, where the hot points are. Like we know now, if we have a strength of 7, the pins and needles thing is at its hottest. Alright, well this I want to divide into half, which is not the easiest thing to do.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Alright, that's all I wanted to know of that. Okay. This is going to start dividing this into halves.
A competitor has released a new product.
I guess I didn't need to go quite that ham with it, did I? Oh well, it works now. So, got the ulcers. What I'm going to do is go ahead and make use of that drug packer. And from there, we're going to go there. Now here, what did we decide on this? Not that. Here we are. Max strength 3, max strength 4. Let's go ahead and get it. Yeah, get it down to 4. So I need to throw it into halves. As soon as I'm done with this process, we're going to cut this video because the timer just went off. Yay, timers. Okay, we're at 10. I need to get it down to 4. So let's go through 2 ionizers. a dissolver, which should get rid of the side effect. And then another drug packer. Oops. Yeah, that is a problem. I'm going to turn that into a cream. I think I'm messing that up here too. Getting ahead of myself. In fact, what I should do is make these sachets. And what a sachet is for each positive effect, it actually has a better sale value. So because I have 2 effects on this thing, this is actually more worth it.
You have released a new
It's
product.
a big item though, so you gotta make room for it.
Insufficient funds.
Not to mention have the money for it. Come on, let's speed this up. How much money does this cost? That much, apparently. There we are.
You have released a new product.
There you see, like every other thing will be 2 of those products. So basically, it lets you use one export for multiple drugs. That's what's really useful about that. Let's kind of look at the price at that point. Whew. I'm not even making that much money off of it. No, you know what? I want to go ahead and do a clinical trial on that. But I'm going to go ahead and pause it there. And when we come back, we'll spend some of these points. Maybe get back on some of the research, because I think I've kind of fallen off the bandwagon there. And yeah, I need to put a pause in here. So until next time, crash and burn.